chef.
Good morning! I know it's all moody in here, but this is one of my favorite weekends of the year. I was just telling Emily, the CSA and Farm Network Manager for Just Food, on Friday that I not so secretly love this weekend more than the holidays. And she said it's because the whole family gets together. And it's so appropriate and it's so true because, you know, we struggle in this work many times, but I'm always very conscious to frame this from not just a place of struggle, but of love and joy, and the fact that we are privileged to be able to do this work. And today, this is less about who I am, but more about who we are as a collective. Yes, that we get to build today, tomorrow, and every single day. Each of us have a relatively short amount of time on this stage to condense something that we are so passionate about. Lord knows I can talk. But the fact that we come together because Just Food and the work of 5 to 6 full-time, passionate, super sleep-deprived individuals and hundreds of volunteers to bring together these kind of sessions is so impactful. That is gleaning in our community. So I know that we didn't come here to be quiet. And like a family, we're gonna have to leave our shyness, our tepidness, any kind of feelings at the door and really get close quick. That is what gleaning is, deriving information from various sources and picking up what's left over after each harvest and putting it to use. I love the double meaning of the word. Our freedom and our ability to organize, to plan, and to execute is such a powerful thing that we can never take for granted. See, we didn't just come here to dig deep this weekend. We're already doing that. That's why we're here early on a Sunday morning. We came to dig laterally. Yes, to dig into each other. Me as a community chef for Just Food, I consider myself what I call a JF superfan. And so I try to bring everybody into the fold. Because I'm privileged to do this work now full-time today because I showed up in that audience 3 years ago, just as a concerned citizen from the Bronx, a person who had my own health issues and struggles and financial issues because of those struggles, and who ended up working in medical education for physicians and realizing that nutrition education and cultural relevancy and acceptance is too much not part of the conversation that we need to be having. Diversities and our differences is what makes us strong and unique in this country. My journey from citizen to the front line took place because I was embraced in this community, and I saw that the bigger picture was a cluster of all these niche and societal smaller challenges that we have. Together here today, we represent all of the wide-ranging causes, issues, and sectors that make up the whole of food justice. That means we also have an amazing matrix and knowledge of resources. As some of my colleagues here have spoken about, ancestral knowledge and communal knowledge is so real. Nobody can take that away from us. Yeah? We have gathered like this before in years past, but we know that more than ever, we have to be relentless now. It is we, the people, that hold and upkeep the values of our local systems. Yes, these are extremely challenging times, yet I have never been prouder to be a woman, a Latina, a chef, an activist, a community member. Yeah, we're all part of the human race, and we have this short time on earth and this safe space to make it better and try to leave it better than we found it. You hear me here so passionate today because the results I've had in the community have come only from extending my roots laterally. It's given me reach across multiple sectors and more than I could have ever dreamed of in a relatively short amount of time. I've been able to work with thousands as one person. And I want to quickly talk about what a gleaning network actually looks like in my own life as a food educator, chef, community, and parent organizer. I'm passionate about working with youth and making sure that they're not disenfranchised or left behind. So starting as young as 5 years old and after school, I'm teaching bilingual cooking classes and sending those recipes home to parents each week. And that's happening through PAM and through PTA funding. Through the amazing organization of wellness in the schools, I'm teaching daily cooking electives in a greenhouse setting where we're harvesting many of the fresh herbs, greens, and vegetables. And I would argue that these are life-saving, critical components and life-extending skills. We need food education and cooking back into our school curriculums, y'all. Home economics. Then I step down to the cafeteria and I work with the staff to provide a fresh salad bar, water jets, speak to the kids, work with my parents to organize them through a monthly meeting, and we do school-wide wellness policies, snack policies, family fitness fun nights to really tie the whole ecosystem together. Through my loves at Just Food, I'm a community chef at the Fortune Society. Who's here from the Fortune Society today? I know I have some members, yes, because I've been exposed to the Fortune Society, and I'm not sure if you guys know about them, but their mission is to support the successful re-entry of formerly incarcerated individuals and educate the public about prisons and criminal justice. It's staffed primarily by ex-offenders, and there we cook side by side for 200 of our community members every single week and give out free, fresh produce. I'm so proud of the work that we do there. And in summers, I'm on urban farms like Taqua, a community and family-run farm doing the same with community residents. I created Happy Healthy Latina, my LLC, an online community where I document all of this work and connect with complete strangers, answer questions online, and I've been able to get media opportunities like working with Zoe Saldana to do Healthy Cocina, me, a little community chef, to put out culturally and nutritionally relevant recipes. Because guess what? Our foods are healthy, not the ones that have been culturally appropriated and sold back to us with inferior products and fillers. We have such a rich, rich history. I'm getting to work with community-based organizations like Lily Kesselman and the South Bronx Farmers Market, La Finca del Sur, programs and clubs in universities like the Latina Nursing Association at NYU, Office of Multicultural Services at several college campuses, and I'm working with everyone from youth to seniors to where I bring my mother to cooking demos, and we do them in English and Spanish and share knowledge together. It's not just about what I have to teach, but what we have to glean together as a community. I am here firmly to tell you that my heart is cracked open to every single one of these communities' needs and challenges. We can't sit here and pick whose food issues are more valid and in what ranking order. They all are. Whether you have access to no food, to too much of the wrong kind of foods, to too little food, to the right foods, but you have no idea how to prepare it. See, food is deeply personal and emotional. It's also universal, so everybody has an opinion about it. So I keep turning back to nature and the laws of physics that say energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Rather, it transforms from one form to another. And I find when I don't refute the energy of any of these sectors, what happens is I find all of these points of intersection where I can easily support and contribute in many spaces and impact. And it's only changed me as a human being for the better and strengthens and grows my own personal causes and networks. I know it can sound a little full and chaotic, but for me as a chef, it's like the ingredients for a good recipe. You have to suspend your judgment for how others may be doing it. Nobody wants to be sick or tired. Most people are doing the best they can with what they have. Get to know your local food system. So just start now, where you are with what you have. And through that, you will begin to build a community. It's going to lead you to individuals with some commonality, and from there grow into spaces in your community where you see a need, and you plant, and you germinate those seeds, and those seeds will sprout. And with your community members, you will harvest that. And you will literally and figuratively feed each other, share, and exchange. Be open to actively connecting as much as possible along the way, because none of us really know what the end result is going to be. We just have some general directions and we leap in faith. Working in a greenhouse setting and on urban farms provides me with an amazing teaching tool for my kids, which I myself constantly learn from. I see kids fighting or competing. I tell them, be like nature, okay? Look at the eggplant growing next to the nasturtiums, growing next to the zucchini, growing next to the tomatoes. They do not compete. They all come to maturity and growth in their own time. As adults, we can learn so much from patterns in nature. When I talk about digging not just deep, but laterally, what I'm really pulling from is from the ancestral redwood tree. Not sure if you guys know about this tree, but it has been around since prehistoric times. It grows 300 to 350 feet tall, and it is just massive. So you would think that a tree that tall has extremely deep roots. But no, it's quite shallow. It only goes down 5 to 6 feet in the ground. The strength of the redwood comes from the fact that it does not thrive alone. It thrives in groups. And when there are storms, it withstands and extends its roots laterally 10 to 12 feet. And together, they can bear any storm or any change. So I come today to say, can we be like nature? Can we intertwine and fuse our roots? Can we create a gleaning community together and commit to not leaving here today without 3 to 5 solid new introductions, and really committing to following up and showing up to support an event or a cause that may be a little out of your direct line of vision or peripheral? The depths of our heart and capacity to love and heal is truly one of our superpowers. And in our community and daily life, there's small things and monumental things that we can do, but not doing anything is not one of them. Thank you so much for your time.